Spider-Man Far From Home. This is the last of the Tom Holland movies I need to review before we get to Into the Spider-Verse, and then I review Across the Spider-Verse. Can't wait. Um, yeah. This is the only Marvel movie, well, not only Marvel movie, this is one of the main ones I actively avoided watching in theaters because I just did not care. I was really bored watching Spider-Man Homecoming in theaters, and I hadn't rewatched it before this one came out, so I just didn't care. And then I went to uh, and then I went to review all the Marvel movies, and I watched it, and I was like, oh, okay. This one, I think, is definitely better than I remember it being because of the fact that I think that this one's fun. However, I still have quite a bit of issues with this one, namely the villain and some other minor critiques. Freaking annoys me that at the beginning of this movie, it's just Peter likes MJ now. And I'm just sitting here like, when was this established? I honestly feel like all the Tom Holland movies needed uh needed like another movie in between them. Or just there should have been at least 4 movies instead of a trilogy. Just because I wanted at least one movie where Peter actually fought a villain that was his own in this trilogy before No Way Home, so we can have some more clear direction of where that franchise is gonna go. But I guess whatever. It's yeah, but I and then this one should have one in between it, setting up why Peter likes MJ, and also having some separation from Tony for a little bit before that he dies, and the movie's all about him once again. Again, I don't mind that. I don't. I'm not an Iron Boy Junior complainer. I know there's a lot of those. I just find it frustrating though how much every villain in this franchise up until this point was just a dude who's mad at Tony Stark, and then Peter just has to interfere. So I guess they fight. It doesn't feel personal. It feels like, why isn't this dude a villain in an Iron Man movie? Because all these characters do actually have real relations to Tony and other characters in the movies, but that's not what they're like in the comics. And so you're just twisting them to make them work for the movie when you could just, I don't know, actually give them real motivations of why they want to interact with their hero. That's the whole point of Spider-Man villains. They're all very personal relationships to the hero of the movies. That's why that scene in Vulture really worked with Michael Keaton at the end of Homecoming. Wasn't enough to save that character because they already established that that character didn't really have any personal reasons to be with that. I don't know. I enjoyed this movie. It was fun. I thought it handled a lot of the blip aftermath really well because if people don't remember this, it came right after Endgame. There's so many Marvel movies. It's hard to remember what movies come after what, but it's still a fun movie, and I enjoyed it. I do think that the camera work in this movie is pretty bad in the sequences because I'm just like, you're traveling the world and you don't really spend any time focusing on any of these locations. But hey, what you gonna do? And then you have Tom Holland and Zendaya's chemistry, which is good. I like seeing them in a relationship, but it's just like the the actual establishment of that before it just kind of happens in this movie is not great, and I think is really annoying. But whatever, it's a movie that exists.